I'm going to tell a story. It involves two imaginary Christians who converted to Christianity on the same day. Let's call them Jane Christian and Joe Christian. I'm going to use this story to introduce a spiritual practice that you can do virtually anywhere at any time, all day long. It will help you draw closer to God. As the years went by, both Joe and Jane were good Christians. Joe attended church. He tried to take seriously his duty to act like a Christian, and he even contributed to the offering plate. Jane was more deliberate in her discipleship. She took seriously Christ's admonition to ask, seek, and knock. She asked by prayer. She sought by reading widely in the Bible. And she knocked by putting what she learned there into practice. Let's focus on that second one, the study of the Bible. As she read through Scripture, she discovered that some passages stood out to her, and when that happened, she would pause in her forward progress through Scripture, and she would read and read and reread that passage until she had it in her mind. And once she had a passage of Scripture in her mind, as the day progressed, and as the weeks progressed, and as months and years progressed, she would recall those passages to her mind at all times during the day, like when she was driving, when she was waiting in line, when she was shopping, whatever she was doing, she would repeat them and repeat them and repeat them, and that would allow them to sink deeply in her soul and become a significant part of her psyche. And sometimes she would even go through those passages, pausing over every word to try to understand the passage on a granular basis. At first, Jane memorized short passages. As time went by, she found that when she took them little bites at a time, she could recall longer and longer passages. Sometimes the passages would stick, sometimes they would not, and this seemed to have something to do with whether those passages touched her heart and touched where she was at that time. It's not that I am capable of judging between these two fictitious Christians, but in my mind, Jane took the wiser course in light of the high priestly prayer of Jesus in John chapter 17, in which he said to God, "And this is salvation, to know you, the one true God, and Jesus Christ, whom you sent."